Hi, I'm Dempsey Palat, and this week I'm reviewing Ready or Not was directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, and stars Samara Weaving, who, fun fact, is related to the Hugo Weaving, as a newlywed bride who's forced by her new in-laws to participate in a game of hide-and-seek. Now, what she doesn't know is that it's all a part of some strange ritual, and that if she's caught, she'll be sacrificed to Satan himself. And yes, this movie is just as bonkers as it sounds, but it's a total blast. From the very opening scene to the epic final shot and even the last line of dialogue, there is never a dull moment. This is a very well done horror film. It's very beautifully shot, and it's even got a very lavish aesthetic to it. But rather than celebrate it, the film actually has more fun tearing it all down. And that demolition goes far beyond the setting of the film, which is in this beautiful mansion. For example, Samara Weaving, at the beginning of the film, she's wearing this very beautiful white wedding dress. But by the end of the film, she's forced to dirty it up and kind of destroy some parts of it to ensure her own survival. The film is very well written too, and I should probably mention that it doesn't just abide by the rules of horror. There are plenty of comedic moments in it as well. In fact, I haven't really seen such a solid combination of horror and comedy since, well, Get Out. Except, instead of tackling race, the major underlying theme here is family. What family really means, how family kind of changes, and how marriage really changes family. Here, marriage changes family quite a bit. Now, one of my favorite things about this film was the fact that in addition to watching our main character struggle, we also got to see the family that was tormenting her struggle too. But not just struggle in trying to find her, I'm talking about internally struggle. And what I mean by that is that a lot of these characters, notice I said a lot, not all, start to really wonder whether or not what they're doing is the right thing. And I think you kind of see this thought process play out the most through, obviously, her husband, who's played by Mark O'Brien, and his brother, who's played by Adam Brody. And I'm not really spoiling anything in saying that. If you see the movie, you'll know exactly what I mean. And speaking of the family, I do want to go back into the writing of this film, just because there are so many characters here that you would probably think it'd be hard to keep track of them all, especially because it's a horror film. But it's not. The writers do a really great job at telling us everything we need to know about these people through their passive words and their passive actions, and that's not an easy feat to accomplish. I've seen it tried tons of other times in tons of other films, and I don't think it works nearly as well in any of those films as it does here. Now, I only really had two small issues with this film, the first being this one scene and gag involving a FaceTime phone call, and I really won't say much more than that because I don't want to spoil anything, but just know if you see this movie that when the scene with the FaceTime call comes up, it wasn't my favorite, okay? And that's just because, as I mentioned before, it's a gag, but it feels like a gag. Like, it's the one funny part in the movie that actually feels like they're trying to make you laugh, whereas all the other comedic moments in the film are effortless. It really does feel forced. And the other part of the film that I guess I didn't really like was the climax. Well, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that it didn't feel satisfying, or it wasn't as satisfying as I thought it would be. But it's still pretty satisfying, okay? Half satisfying is better than not satisfying at all, right? Ready or Not may be a late entry into the summer movie season, but it's a great one. It's an entertaining horror comedy that makes being original look easy, especially in an era where reboots and remakes reign supreme. Commit yourself to see this one. You won't be disappointed. And for that, I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars.
Excellent!
This is the film that I felt like your next should have been, except it's much better, like tenfold. Guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, I would ask that you please subscribe. I post new videos weekly, and I'm always working on other stuff. You know this, okay? And if you're interested in checking some of that other stuff out, such as my podcast with my friends, or even my social media, I'll put the links down in the description box below. Going back to the movie, though, if you liked it as much as I did, or if you hated it, or if you just want to talk about it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I really do enjoy engaging with you guys, and I've really enjoyed engaging with you guys over some of the other films that I reviewed on this channel over the past couple of weeks. It's my favorite part of YouTube, truthfully. And yeah, I cannot emphasize enough just how much it means to me that you take the time out of your day to view these videos in the first place. It literally means the world to me. And I love making these videos for you. So, I should probably get back to work, right? Until next time, I'm Dempsey Palat. Take care.